So if you want to be on this show, or if you're not such a, okay, so this show you kind of have to make yourself a little vulnerable if that's not your thing. There's game shows, there's dating shows, there's all kinds of different shows, cooking shows. So if you're looking to be on a show, Jay can help you out. There's a couple others that are amazing on the app that do a lot with the shows, but I haven't seen them in here yet. So there's Emoji Jay right there. Hit him up with the fave. If you have any questions, if you want to start a featured show, you can hit me up, you can hit Jay up, and we'll send you in the right direction. Oh, I better turn that off. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now a couple rules some of you guys might not know. So we're supposed to turn the audio of the gifts off, number one. Number two, we're not really supposed to acknowledge gifts during the featured show. We kind of treat it like a podcast, right? So while this 1 hour is going on, while my featured show is going on, I really focus on my guests. So although you guys are in the comments and you're saying, hey, hi, I'm not intentionally ignoring you. Trust me, I see you and it kills me, right? But for this 1 hour, my attention is on the guests. Hit me with the fave and we can talk after the show. So 11 after 11. I can then give some more undivided attention to you guys. But for this 1 hour, you're going to sit back. If you do have something to say and it is related and I miss it, don't be afraid to repeat it, okay? Hi, everybody. Dogme, hi. We'll throw that one in there. Thanks, guys. So you'll hear me. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the favorites. But more importantly, thank you for your time. I know that is something that we can't get back. We can all earn more money and more gifts and more things, but time is of the essence. So that being said, let's see if I can think of some kind of a quote off the top of my head. I read so many that like I've got them all jumbled in my head and I can't think of one right now. So I think something that has been weighing in on me is, is chances I didn't take, right? So I don't really have a quote from someone famous or anything like that, but I think I've looked back and I've seen some opportunities and I didn't take them because I was scared. And it wasn't till maybe a little later in life that I learned that if it doesn't scare the hell out of you, it's probably not worth it. So I am totally all about forcing myself to do things that are out of my comfort zone. I mean, I I don't want any more regrets. You know what I mean? I don't want any more what ifs. So I've definitely done a whole lot more exploring. Yes, there you go. You always miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I like that. That's a good one. But and that'll lead me, Dizzy, to if you haven't failed a whole bunch of times, have you really tried hard enough? Like I know some things come easy to some people, but we all have those things that it take you again and again and again. But every time you fail, you learn and you progress and you continue to grow. So without failure, can you really have success? God, I hate that quote, but I love it so much. Like, oh. So that's kind of where I've been looking back, realizing, and then trying to figure out what it is I really want to do. Because I know what I'm doing right now is not what I always want to do. And now that I'm not doing construction, I don't know that I want to get back to that. But who is my first guest? I know you two decided, and I know that I think Steve was first, right? There we go. Good morning. All right, here we go.
Good morning.
Hello. How are you, Derek?
I am good. How are you? How was your holiday?
Happy holidays. Happy holidays. So welcome back. Thanks for being on the show again. And I guess let's go ahead and dive in and tell these guys what we're going to be talking about.
I go through anxiety. It's a very hard thing to go through every single day. I lost my dad last year. This was my first Christmas without my dad, and it hurt me more than anything because after that, I had like 6 other people pass away right after my dad, and you can't replace the people who pass away. You gotta move. You gotta move on. It's hard, but you have to because they don't want you to see them. We don't want to do the suffer.
Yeah, no, I'm so sorry for your losses. First, um, I know my first everything without my papa was really hard. I was really close with my papa. It never gets easier, but you learn more how to just handle it. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you, he's been gone for 24 years, and you still I still catch myself crying here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like the pain of losing somebody, I'll never tell you guys that it goes away or it gets better. It just gets a little easier to tolerate, you know? Um, but yeah, you can't replace them.
No, you can't. It's he's his happy place. He's with his father and mother, which he wanted to be, and then he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, which was never he hid it from all of us, and he didn't tell us until the last minute, and then he had a heart attack, and then did CPR on him, and then he died the next went in my arms and everything. I couldn't do nothing about it. That
No.
was the, I love my dad to death, and he's watching over me, and he is. It's the same with everybody in my family who's been passed away or present. They come and go, but I'm thankful that I got to be with him for 70 years, and that's a very big accomplishment. Because my dad's dad died when he was about 30, and he had a heart attack too, and it was crazy.
I oh, sorry, my foot just fell asleep. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm sorry. Ooh, the tingly, you know that tingly feeling in your feet? Oh. Okay, sorry. Composure, show's on. So first of all, I gotta do this every once in a while. Guys, welcome to Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily. This is King Stevo. Please hit him up with the fave. We're currently kind of talking a mix, I guess, about anxiety, death, and maybe how what triggers the anxiety. And I'm guessing we picked this topic because it's the first holiday without him, you know. What are some of the things that have helped you get through um like these firsts, right? Like for me, I just keep telling myself that they're on the other side. When I get to cross the rainbow, they're going to be there, you know? So it's not that they're gone forever. It's just I got to wait to see them again. And that's kind of how I am able to get through certain moments. What have you tried? What's worked for you?
I talked to my guidance counselor. I talked to my pastor. I talked to my mom more than anything, and my mom is very helpful, and she's been a big inspiration in my life. She's been making me feel better ever since my dad passed on. But that was they were married for so long. But the thing is, I moved on for a long time. I just keep my mind focused on streaming and gaming and then other stuff. But most of all, just hanging and talking to my mom and making sure she's okay. I mean, I feed her every single day until it's her last. And she just turned 70 in October. Yes,
So I'm hearing keeping yourself occupied and talking about it. And I think that those are two of the most important things that, you know, because when you bottle things up and you keep them all inside, At least on my end and with anybody that I've met that's bottled things up at some point, you explode.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's all kind of crazy bad things, but maybe something little sets you off into a hysterical, crying moment, or um and you're you're not at the right place for that, or like I've noticed that it's always in a public space when something happens, or I'll see something or someone will say something, and then it all comes out. So you guys, it's definitely super important that we talk about the things that are going on. It doesn't matter who, like you said, a guidance counselor, your parent, if you have a friend, whoever that person is that is able to just listen, because sometimes that's what we need.
Absolutely.
um I know there's a lot of times that people call and I'm like, I don't even know what to say. And they're like, no, we just thank you for listening. You know what I mean? So it's awesome that you've got multiple people to talk to help you get through these times.
Yeah, it's been really difficult losing a dad and then losing six people right after that, and it's crazy. And that was never replaceable. You can't replace anybody. You have them in your heart forever, and that's what you remember.
Yeah, you'll always carry them on. You'll always have all the memories and all the things that you shared. But it's still, like you said, it is hard.
It is hard. I have pictures of my dad, and I always look at him, and it always brings memories. And our first trip together, we went to Florida together, and it was an awesome experience, and got to meet all the Disney characters and stuff.
I love Disney. I love my Disney. Oh man,
But
I love my Disney.
just don't take life for granted. Don't ever take life for granted, because it can happen in the blink of an eye.
I last weekend taught me. So normally I come into my parents every time I drop my daughter off on Saturday mornings, but I was running late last Saturday and I didn't come in. I said, I'll see all you guys on Sunday. My mom called me Saturday night and they had to put the family dog down, Simba. And I didn't go in and I didn't give him his kiss like I'd done every Saturday morning. So it's like that regret has had me every damn day since, he's 16 and a half, almost 17 years old, like he's been around a long time. So if you guys have that chance, and don't ever miss a chance to say hi to somebody, because remember, guys, we're not all promised tomorrow. Yeah. None of us are promised tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell the people you love them that you love them.
You have to
make your amends.
I call, and the thing is, I call my grandma every single day, and she's just turned 90 2 months ago, and she that's important to me too, because my family's the only I don't have much family left, because my mom's side is mostly gone, and my dad's too.
My grandma in November, she turned 94. Oh. 94. So it's been pretty awesome. Like, I feel totally blessed to have her around this long. I'm about to be 44 myself, and like I still have my grandma. Like, that's not, you don't hear that often. So I'm pretty blessed to still have her around. Even though sometimes she's a pain in my derriere, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Right.
Man, look, all old people, they get stubborn. But I guess they've earned the right. That's she said, I'm sorry. I says, you've earned the right. You're good. But I guess let's talk a little more about anxiety. What are some of the things that you do to control the anxiety when you do get that?
When I get anxiety, I talk to somebody. I absolutely talk to somebody. It makes me feel better. It keeps me calm. I talk to my managers. I work at Texas Roadhouse, of course. And I talk to my managers all the time, and it's the most important thing to talk to them. Like one of the women managers that I work with, she's very understanding. She's gone through it like I've have, and she understands what I'm going. So that's who I talk to. I talk to my manager, and then I call my mom and make sure she's okay too. But with my anxiety, I talk to my mom and my managers always. And I have a job coach who helps me with my job, and I call her every day, telling her I'm okay.
So there's lots of talking. You're a open communicator. I there's a lot of ways that we can deal with anxiety. I know for me, like especially because I'm alone a lot. So I don't always have somebody to talk to, and I can't always call somebody in the middle of the night. So if I've had to learn different breathing techniques, putting on certain types of music like the meditation or something more just chill. And just sitting quiet. I've had to learn. I think the hardest thing for me with the anxiety was learning my triggers and learning how to stop it in that moment. And that looks very different for everybody. So like I don't even know how to try to really explain that. Again, guys, we aren't professionals. We're just a couple of folks talking about life and things that we've been through in hopes to let others know they're not alone. But anxiety is real. I also get anxiety. But talking's not, that doesn't always work for me. Like I said, I have my breathing. I'll go take a bath. Like that's probably one of the biggest things. Like when I feel myself really like, I'll just go in the shower. I put a meditation on. I fill the bath, Epsom salt, some eucalyptus, and in my this mint or spearmint or whatever it is. And guys, that's like a happy scent to me. I guess eucalyptus makes me happy, so it calms me. The hot water relaxes my body, and when you're in there listening to the meditation, my breathing gets more under control, and I'm not as anxious when I get out. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a cure-all, but we all have to learn ways to get our bodies to relax so that the anxiety doesn't gain control. Because once it gets to a certain point for anybody, no, it is really hard to get yourself back down. See, we have to train ourselves not to get up here.
What I listen to makes me feel better is actually hang drum music. It's a drum from Australia that Chish plays on his show every Tuesday night, and I listen to that every day, and it's like, oh my gosh, this guy's amazing, and that's what makes me feel better. I have my girlfriend too, of course, which we've been together 10 months.
It's the sounds. I believe that different sounds are definitely, like it's all in alignment, get everybody get in tune. But so I guess, is there anything else that you want to add to the anxiety part of this?
Not really, but I do go for depression. I have really bad depression, but I'm getting better at it because I'm keeping myself calm and more relaxed and just staying strong and staying powerful and telling myself, I'm going to live through this and I'm going to go through this every day, but I'm going to be stronger than ever.
One day at a time. You just got to, keep putting one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other.
Absolutely.
So sometimes it's not even one day at a time; it's one moment at a time. I've been there before.
Yes, absolutely. We all have.
But all right, well, I guess if there's nothing else you want to say to
I have one thing to say.
Okay.
About tonight. I'm in an auction tonight with one of my favorite people on this app. His name is Vinny's World. He's a top badge. I'm on 8:25 p.m. Eastern time. Come and shoot for me. You can win me in his auction. It's an inspiration auction. Who inspires you and why?
Okay, that's a cool idea. I like that.
Yeah.
I unfortunately will be at work in the prime of dinner time, so if I'm not there, I am sorry, but
Sorry, no problem.
I'm a server. I'm a server, so at about 8:30, I'm still getting my butt kicked on a Saturday night.
I've asked so many people to shoot for me, and I actually just hit my 1.9 about a week ago.
Maybe you get your 2 milli. Whoop, whoop.
So thanks for having me, Lily. It's always good to see you.
Yes,
Cheers,
you
thank you
too.
again.
Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
There's no other shows or anything you're on. All right. When do you stream? When can these guys catch you?
I'm mostly streaming mostly every day, but I'm taking a break because of work, because I work too, and I work in a restaurant too. So Texas Roadhouse. Yeehaw!
I won't tell people where I work. I'm too afraid. There's not enough for where I works around. You know that. You know the state I live in. The name of the restaurant, you'll find me pretty easy, and I'm doing it.
I mean, I don't talk about my work all the time, where I work and everything like that.
Yeah, no,
Thanks for
I'm
having me.
good. I love y'all, but no stalkers for Lily.
No, we don't need that. Pleasure always.
All
This,
right,
this is my third time on your show.
I know. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and best of luck tonight. 2.2
And my resolution
Let's
this year
go.
is not to drink any more soda.
All right, hon. Have a good one.
Bye.
Little orange. What little orange? What are you? Letting in the whistle. All right, guys. Welcome to Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily, and you just missed King Steve-O. We touched base on, I guess, dealing a little bit with death, anxiety, depression. Up next, we will be talking about bullies. But we've got a few minutes before we do that. I will give you your heads up, love. We're going to do a little self-care, self-love segment. It's been a little while since I've done that. Again, if some of you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, no, thank you. This is a featured, featured show, guys. And during the featured show, we, as a host, we treat it as a podcast, right? Like, we can see your comments and stuff like that, but we're unable to interact the whole time. Like, when I have a guest in the box, my attention is on that guest. Now, if you say something it's related to what we're talking about, cool. But I'm never ignoring any of you, and neither any of the other featured show hosts. I find myself in shows and people not understanding that part of a show. So, guys, if you're in a featured show, make sure you fave the host and go back when it's not in the featured show so you can get your one-on-one conversation interactions going. I promise you that outside of the show, I will interact with you guys as long as you're being positive and fun and not rude and obnoxious. But that being said, self-care, self-love. Like Lion said, drink yo water. I carry this thing around with me everywhere all the time. And I think a lot of people don't understand that when you don't drink enough water, I don't care how much coffee you drink or how much Red Bull you drink or Monsters or whatever, it doesn't matter because you're still going to be tired. You need water. You will always feel tired if your body is not hydrated. Let's see. Now that it's winter time, what are some of the things that you guys do to keep active and not get the winter blues? Because I find myself getting the winter blues a lot. What do you guys do? I need to start doing yoga again. I need to just be active again. Hang out with family block. But you got tigers, you got to do that outside. It's cold. I did get a paint thing, Dizzy. It's a paint by numbers, though. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think I even was good at those as a kid. I've always been more of a free drawer, free painter. I do diamond art a lot. Diamond art is that's one of my big releases. I've always got a couple of those on hand. Watching a new show and binge. Yeah, I do that too. Currently on The Resident. Ooh, nice cozy comfort food. Yes. Some comfort food is good. But also eat your vegetables. I think I'm coming to realize it is really expensive to eat the right foods. Like I can't. I need to move to Italy where their food is all fresh and people eat pasta and they're not unhealthier than, you know? And it's because our food's got so much garbage in it. So much garbage in it. My problem is finding the time to meal prep. Like I work 7 days a week. Like I probably could do it when I'm here with grandma, but the problem is I never know when she's gonna have a good day or a bad day. And if I get this stuff out and I start it and then she's having a bad day, it's gonna all go bad because it's gonna sit there and I'm not gonna get back to it. You know what I mean? Like so it's hard. My only afternoons off, I have to work those nights. So it's like I just got running around and do errands just, and so much. So yeah, that's hard for me. I've been making a dip. Honestly, I'm obsessed with this like dill ranch dip that I make. And I've just been trying to keep fresh veggies. And I've just been eating raw veggies with the dip. I'm sure the dip is terrible for me, but it's like at this point a compromise because I can't eat raw veggies. So at least I'm eating more veggies with the dip instead of chips and dip. Right? Like, I think that's a pretty good compromise. And the dip is so good. So good. My mom's been making it for years. All right, let's see. Other self-care things. You guys had some good ones there. I'll get in the car. Like if I'm having a moment and I need to be alone, I'll get in the car, man, and I'll blast the music down some country roads, you know? Like I'm not gonna go speeding and acting a damn fool, but I'm gonna turn the music up so I can clear my head. I'm not gonna again, and I repeat, I'm gonna blare the music as loud as a little Prius will let me. It's not, you know, it's actually got not too bad of a system. But I will drive safely and I will still pay attention because that's responsible. But sometimes you just gotta have really loud music and you gotta be where it's not gonna bother people, right? So that is something I will do. And when it's nice out, I'll put my earbuds in and go for a walk. I try to get out. I'll get in the car and drive to a park first, though. I like walking through the parks, you know, the woods, seeing what kind of cool things you find. Let's see. We've got a few minutes and we're going to get our next guest in the box. Do any of you guys have any self-care, self-love tips? And I mean that in a positive, respectful way. If you're dirty, you'll get blocked. More country than city, I guess. Ooh, you're a writer. Nice. I used to write, not stories or anything. I used to do poetry. Taking a nap. I'm telling you, I want a nap so bad today. I will be doing that. But that is self-care. If you work long and you work hard, like that's why my Thursdays, I'll get up, put her on the bus, and I go back to bed. Because that's literally the only day where I actually get a full night's sleep. Because I'm getting home sometimes at 12, 1 o'clock, and by the time I unwind, it's 2, 3, sometimes 3:30 before I fall asleep, and then I'm back up 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I know that should be enough sleep, but it's not. I'm tired. So that's why on Thursdays, and that's what I do. My Thursday mornings are my me mornings. And I don't plan anything for that. I just, I'll do a couple chores. I'll put some laundry away, and that's okay. Right? But I don't plan a whole bunch of stuff on my Thursdays because that's my day to just focus on me. That's the day if I want to paint my nails, I'll paint my nails. If I'm going to dye my hair, I'll dye my hair. If, whatever it is that I want to do that makes myself feel better, I know. Look, I struggle with it too, okay? I struggle with it. No, Dizzy, because that is hours of doing something, and I need a couple hours of doing nothing. Laundry might take a few minutes. Vacuum my bedroom floor might take 3-4 minutes. But I'm not, guys, I am beat dead. So I do, like I said, that's why I just substitute so that when I snack, it's veggies. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily, and you just tuned into the self-care, self-love segment, things that you need to do for yourself so that you could feel a little bit better, I guess. If you guys have something that hasn't been shared yet. See, I bring my laundry here because the washer and dryer is way better, and it's just my family's. It's not everybody that lives there. My dad is really seriously a pain in my derriere. He asked me something 14 minutes ago, and he's now blowing my phone up, wanting me to answer it. And it's like, bro, anybody that's ever listened to me in the last 4 years, 3 years, whatever it's been, knows that from 10 to 11, I can't respond to you. I'm on my phone. Parents. All right. Are you ready, Lions? All right, guys. So we, if you're just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned. We are about to get Lions in the box. I want her to tell me she's safe. Yeah. Well, if you want to go real quick, go ahead. Let me know when you're back. We got this. Okay. So guys, we'll do one or two more self-care, self-love things. I guess let me ask you guys, when was the last time that you gave back? Like, when was the last time that you thought to do something for somebody? Like, I don't know if my last thing is giving back or what, but like, I made up games for Christmas and bought little gag gift kind of, not gag gifts, but just not super expensive gifts. And I made us all play like 2 different games. And then we played cards at the end. Well, they played, I helped my sister. And it was funny. They were playing rummy, and I kept helping my sister, and I was like, I gotta go. And my other sister's like, no, you need to stay and help. Guys, I had such a great Christmas. But yeah, so that was the last thing I did, but I don't know if it was for them, for me, for all of us. But I wanted to make sure that even though it was like for 20 minutes, maybe we were all together and doing the one, you know what I mean? My kid still has the bearded dragon and the food bugs. Yes. Aw, that was nice of you, Boop. Well, I need people to be clear why they're in my house, because people will totally take that out of context, especially during a featured show. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, she has roaches in her house. Like, yes, but no. They're my bearded dragon's food. They're not all over the place. You know what I mean? They're for food. my family's spoiled. We all spoiled each other this year. I did my best to spoil them. And all right, you all ready? All right, guys, let's get lions in the box. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
How are ya?
I'm doing well, my dear. How are you?
I'm all right, waiting for my groceries to show up.
Nice. Well, thank you for being on the show again.
Yeah.
I guess let's go ahead. We'll dive into our topic. What are we going to be talking about?
We're going to talk about bullies in schools.
All right.
Because as we all know, there's bullies everywhere.
I would say everywhere is definitely.
I mean, you know, you can't even go to Walmart without having a bully.
Yeah.
You know, or somebody's always making fun of somebody.
Yeah.
You know, what's the point of making fun of somebody?
And the only point I found to it is when somebody, the bully themselves, is saying something about someone else, it's because they're insecure with themselves, and instead of working on making themselves feel better about themselves, they try to tear other people down instead. And that's an exhausting, sad way to go about life.
Well, when my son was younger, he used to ride the bus to school. True story. Some kid tied his shoelaces together. And that kid that did it didn't even get in trouble. He should have been in big trouble for tying a younger kid's shoes together. But
I don't understand why schools don't have a more serious approach to these types of things, but unfortunately, teenagers especially, I mean, when you were a teenager, when I was a teenager, and the teenagers now, they're all mean.
Yep.
My 14-year-old's got everything she wants, everything she needs, most of what she wants, and then some. And she still is not a bully, but she's mean. She gets bullied herself. So she does a lot of standing up. But I agree too, Scott, because I like I tell my kids, if they start it, you finish it. But if you start it,
let them
I'll finish it, and you're not gonna like it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game. Nobody deserves that. Nobody.
Okay, and I got another scenario for you. When my son was in 6th grade, reminder, he's a 9th grader now.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 days of school, my son got suspended. All year long, these girls have been bullying all these boys, okay? And I said, well, did you tell your teacher? Well, no, because I don't want to be a narc. Well, then some of the boys at the end of the school year finished it off, you know, by opening their mouth. And my son got called to the office and they suspended my son as well, which everybody said he never said anything to these girls. But, you know, with just by association, he ended up getting suspended too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, just keep your mouth shut or let somebody know the next time it happens so it can be addressed appropriately.
Yeah.
Instead of you guys taking it out of the wrong way.
I think it needs to be that parents need to teach their children respect. I far too often hear that, oh, my little Bobby Joe would never. My Susie couldn't have been. There's no way. Listen. Your little Bobby Joe and your little Susie Q sure as hell did do it. And it drives me insane. The denial, you know, the denial.
Yeah.
And that's what the biggest problem is. I guess nowadays, though, like with so many recording devices and stuff, we see a lot more of these kids' true colors, and the parents still don't stop it. Like, think of this online bullying and some of these teenagers that continue, and they go at it, and their parents haven't taken the account down. They're 16, 17-year-old, and there's nothing been done. Their accounts aren't banned. You know what I mean? So it's just the adults of the world allow far too much of it, and it's not okay.
Yep.
I think that when it comes to bullies, guys, we really do have to remember that hurt people, because nobody is going to go around and for no reason especially start talking down to you or belittling you for any reason other than their own insecurities. So I try to, especially in public, and you hear somebody, my hair is the big thing. Oh my God. You see that lady with the purple hair? And I just walk by and say, don't worry, I'll say a prayer for you. And they just look at me funny. Like, but I'm going to say a prayer for you because far clearly my purple hair, if it bothers you.
Right.
You need me to pray for you because my purple hair shouldn't bother anybody. Like, you know? So just you guys should remember that. And that's what I tell my daughter too. You know, a person could have the perfect exterior looking life, the most, and again, everyone's opinions are different, but the most beautiful person in your eyes with the wears the most beautiful clothes and beautiful hair and just everything. But and she looks extremely happy, but she's mean. So that tells me that there's something in her life that isn't going right. Because if she was truly happy, she or he, really wouldn't go around belittling other people. And then you watch it a lot of times in these movies, that big, strong football player is getting riding her and pushing her so hard to be a straight A student, to be perfect and, fit some quota. And then these kids go to school and they treat people like their parents treat them. So then that leads back to parents do better. Right. Thank you. I think that's a very important thing for a lot of adults. But unfortunately, too, I don't think there's ever going to be a day or a time where we don't have to deal with bullies. So as parents, we also have to teach our children the things that we're talking about now and why people are bullies. And there's no reason for it and it's not okay. But we need to also raise children who are confident in themselves and they're okay to be different. Like I've pushed that for years that I'm gonna have to fit the. I've told my daughter, and I speak to her about how most of these people you interact with day to day, when you graduate, you're not really to see barely any of them ever again, and your entire life is going to change. So just live your best life right now. Don't worry. If you've got a couple of really good friends, you're doing better than most. Right. That's all we need is we just need at least one, maybe two people who are real close, and that's all you need to get through life. Besides, a smaller circle means less drama. I learned that too. But what advice would you give to someone that's getting bullied, someone who has someone in their life that's getting
just tell somebody. Don't go back and start bullying people. That doesn't, two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
So if you feel like you're getting bullied, go tell somebody, an adult, a teacher, a cop, anybody, and just tell them who these people are so they can stop it. And there's bullies all the time in school. I mean, my niece gets bullied. And she's only a fourth grader.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I hate to see that for my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
My nephew gets bullied because he's ADHD.
No kid deserves to get bullied.
So, you know, it happens all the time in our school.
It happens all the time at every school.
Our school is small that it doesn't even matter. You know, you know who everybody is, you know.
Yeah, I know small town. I know it far too well. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows everybody's business, and everybody likes to tell their own version of it.
And the town I live in, it's like everybody's marrying their own cousins now. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's a bit much. I think that another thing to remind you guys about bullying and raising kids who are confident. A bully is not a confident individual. So raise your kid to be confident, kind, and the world will be a lot better, for sure. We lack companion. We lack the ability to accept one another's differences. We lack the ability to understand that even though we're different, we can still coexist peacefully.
Right.
And it blows my mind because I can guarantee you that all of us sitting here right now see several things in several ways, and we can all sit here and have an intelligent, peaceful conversation. Right? If we get to the things we disagree about, that's okay. As long as no one's yelling and screaming and having a fit and forcing beliefs on one another, we're allowed to have different opinions. I mean, just period. But we also have the ability to coexist peacefully if we can just learn to accept and understand. Now, I'm not saying that you've got to change your beliefs on certain things, but if certain people live in a certain way, it's not your business.
Right.
Move on.
And, you know, when my nephew was diagnosed with this ADHD, you know, he's about to be 12. And it still upsets my sister why he's ADHD.
So my son is ADHD, and he had a lot of different problems, Lions. But the one thing that we learned to work around him, we found his ways to learn, and then that's kind of how we were able to teach him. We had to get him like a bouncy ball thing to sit on. We had to do Velcro under the desk. He had things that he would keep still. We changed his diet. I eliminated a lot of red dyes, put him on more of a natural diet. That helped. I did all things that I could to learn to see what helped him. Because just because they have ADHD does not mean that they can't be an extremely successful person. It just means that they have a different way to learn. And maybe it's through note cards, flashcards, repetition. Maybe it's reading versus watching, or watching versus reading, or maybe it's you read it, you watch it, and get it. But I've learned over the years that ADHD just means you have to learn a different way.
Right. Well, and they having Michael on an IEP at school.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
doesn't, make it right to bully somebody.
No.
No.
Not at all.
So
but again, it's, reminding the kids that, it's because we're all different. We're just different in a different way. And we're going to figure this out. We're going to learn how you learn. The problem is the system tries to teach every kid the same way. Even adults, they try to teach adults everything the same way. We all have different ways to learn. I don't care how many times I read something. If I haven't done it, I probably messed it up. I'm a hands-on person. I'll watch you once, we'll do it together once, and then I'll be good. So that's my learning process. Again, I could read it, I can make flashcards, and I can remember your vocabularies. I can memorize things, but it's all short term and it's not going to last, right? I can remember the dates of this or that for when I was in history class, social studies, whatever you want to call it, but I never remembered it past the test, right? It was like, I remembered it past the test, and that was it, it was done. But if I read it, we did it together, or I watched you, we did it together, then I would be good at it. Probably I'm not going to forget, or maybe I'll have to watch it once and then I'll be, oh yeah, that was it, that's right, let's go, I got this. Right. So, I learn a bit different than most. Some people, they can read it and go right to it. Some people watch it, or some people just go up to it and they don't even know what they're doing. That blows my mind. And it irritates me that some people have that. Because, a lot of things come so easy for some people. And a lot of us have to spend a lot of time working really, really hard to learn these things. Right. But all right, Lions, was there anything else you wanted to add to this before I ask you just a couple of quick, little easy answer questions about you?
I don't know.
All right. When do you stream? What are your streams like? And are you on any other shows or events?
No other shows or events. And normally I'm a daily streamer, but really haven't streamed as much this week due to being sick. So hopefully I'll be back on schedule again next week. Just usually a day streamer. Going on that week. So.
Well, I super appreciate you for being willing to be on the show again and picking a topic I know you hold dear to your heart. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and all of your groceries get there.
Well, it says that they're about here, but I haven't seen it yet.
All right, sweetheart. Well, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much again. And if I don't see you before, Happy New Year.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So we're going to wrap this up. Did you have an outro today or not today? Probably not. I la, 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 la. You always falls asleep. It's a timer or something for the show to record it. I don't even know how he does it. I like him to do the outro because it's a dedication to him. Like, I had him do the outro so that at the end of the show, when there's the most people, he's right there, like, featured shows, want to get on them, I'm right here. But then he never gets to do it anymore. Jay. Oh, we had to stream for an hour today, huh? All right, guys. If you guys just got here in the last couple minutes, my name is Lily, and this has been another amazing episode of Lessons Learned. We talked about anxiety, depression, death, and all the things that go with that, and certain ways to, and we talked about bullies. in schools as adults, just kind of how they're everywhere. So yeah, if you guys missed today's episode, you missed another good one. But it's 10 o'clock, so that means the show has come to an end. I will, however, stay on for a little bit longer. I'm doing very well, guys. Thank you. Use really quick. So I drank a lot of water and a lot of coffee. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back, okay? Bear with me, guys. I have to get off the floor as an old lady.